Buongiorno, buonasera, benvenuti amici. Welcome my friends. My name is Vincenzo and welcome to my channel. And the channel is Fountain Pen Therapy. Got a nice pen from Vazir. Loyal to this channel, Vazir is. Without even asking, once in a while they send me pens for me to review. And it's greatly appreciated. It's become one of my favorite Indian pen makers. They are very reasonably priced. They've got some variety in terms of materials they use and the designs of their pens. Hardworking people, and it's a great pleasure to be able to collaborate with them. And as they know, I call a spade, and if there's anything wrong with the pen, I will state so, and if there isn't, there isn't. So, without any further ado, Fountain Pen Therapy presents the Vazir Checkmate 2.0 in aluminum. Be right back. Okay, so we're back with the pen. It always comes in this nice box, kind of leatherette. It's made out of wood. You've got the Vazir brand name. You open it up and you can see I'm sure they make their own boxes or get them made somewhere. It's kind of plasticized wood, I would think, but still nice touch. It always comes with a little card, gives you the date of purchase, along with the nib size. Nisha Singhi is the dealer or the person who checked the pen. And it's a certificate of authentication. Little congratulations note on the reverse side. The pen also always comes with a little kimono. So let's just put the box aside. Nice little kimono. I have so many of these. And there is the pen. Beautiful pen, gotta tell you. Handcrafted from one aluminum rod. There you have it. Now, the design, the pen is called Checkmate, so it's not surprising that design is a series of chess pieces. I can see the bishop there. I can see the horse. I see the queen, the king. So very nice. It's all engraved. Now, the pen has some texture. And some would say even rough. I don't know if we could polish this a little bit better. Vazir maybe should look into that, or maybe that's the way they meant it to be. It just a little rough on the edges here. I mean, you can definitely feel the work that's gone through there. But I'm just wondering, it is kind of matte. I guess it's polished by hand. It's not by machine. And I guess if you polish it too much, you get rid of all the beautiful design. You have the chess piece there, which is the logo for Vazir right there. There you have it. I just noticed that it's not perfectly aligned, or is it just me? Yeah, I mean, the logo's not perfectly aligned with the clip, but that's minor. You can see it just a little bit offset there. But nothing serious. Eyedrop clip very flexible and functional. Pretty simple design. There's nothing on this finial, and you've got your brand there. Then you've got, I was mentioning here, yeah, you could see that the little Vazir is stamped right there. And just to take note, there is some relief there. So maybe that's the way it's meant to be. I just see it a little too rough, and I've got some rough edges here. You see, that leads me to believe that, I don't know if, I guess if it's all hand engraved and hand polished, then you've got to expect some imperfections there, I would gather. There is also right there, I don't know if you can see it, but you can hardly see it, but there is, it's like the cap right there. Let me just see if you could, there you see that? I'm wondering if that's two pieces or one piece. There you have it. Pretty simple flat top shape. Now let's see in how many turns it opens. 1, 1.5, 2, about 2 1/4. 2 1/4. Now, the pen normally comes, you see here it's really polished. And you can tell the difference between the polish on the section and the matte finish on the body. And I look, I'm not a technical guy. There must be some reason why that is done that way. I'm not sure. But you can definitely feel how polished this aluminum is in the section. The section has a little bit of an hourglass there. Nice step up, which is nice. The threads are very, very nice. Is there a little bit? Yeah, a little rough there. It could be polished again, but nothing obtrusive, nothing that will cut your fingers or anything like that. You can hardly feel it. Now, I've chosen to put it in because you can order these. These are like a hand-engraved nibs. You can see, and this one has a motif. Was it a... I think flowers of some sort. It's not a chess motif with a yobo. It's a yobo section, essentially. Otherwise, it came with just an ordinary yobo nib. Here it is. And the yobo nib has the Vazir chess piece, which is the logo of Vazir. That's what it would. But I figure with all this engraving, I think I'm going to leave this engraved nib in this pen. There you have it. So it may not be, I forget now if that's a broad or a medium. We'll check it out once we ink it. Okay. So there you have it. Very, very nice. What's in here? Let's just see. Now, it is a thick piece of aluminum. So we're not dealing with some very thin. As you could see, it's very, very thick. And there is a step down there for the sealing. You can see that there's a little bit of debris in there, which kind of indicates to me that maybe it wasn't overly washed, and maybe this thing deserves a little wash. That's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to give it a little wash, try it up, and see if it makes any difference. Okay? Maybe we'll do that at the end of this segment. There you have it. So it's very thick. The same thickness. Now, this is a cartridge converter, and you can see it's metal on metal, so not a problem. But here again, you can tell how thick it is. We're not talking about a very thin piece of aluminum. Very, very thick. Okay? It's a big rod. It's one rod, and the threading here is very nice. It's not threading that squeaks or annoys. It's very smooth. Same thing goes with the threading here. Perfect threading. Fact. Okay? Very, very nice. So that's a pen on the outside. What I'm going to do is give it a little wash and see what happens. Be right back. I came back. I gave it a little wash. I mean, it is a little smoother. But again, I think that, it's the nature of the beast, because there, it's just hand engraved and hand crafted. So it's not machine. It's not, the perfect polishing. Because if you do, I guess you get rid of all this nice, intricate design. So there you have it. It's not polished the way the aluminum is there. You see, because if you do, I guess you get rid of all the beauty of the pen. So it comes out matte. That's the way it is. If you guys have any ideas, I wanted to use one of these, polishing cloths that you use for gold and silver, but I'm just afraid to ruin it. So I'm going to leave it the way it is. Maybe I'll speak to my friend at Vazir and let him know about that. But that's something they should look into, because the feel, some people might just get turned off by the feel, and others will say, wow, that's a nice texture. So, mileage can vary, as they say. So that's the pen on the outside. What I propose to do now is we'll do some pen and size comparisons, the measurements, and we will get to that writing sample. So be right back. Okay, so we're back. I'm going to compare the pen to several other Vazir pens that I have in my collection. First of all, the first one, the yellow one, is the All-American Yellowstone. That's the biggest of them all. And you can see the chest motif is on the finial. The next one is a gorgeous, gorgeous pen. This is the Twilight Sunderban. You've got some very nice cellulose acrylic there. Really one of my favorite Vazir pens, along with the next one, or this one here. But the next one is the Checkers. So you can see chess and checkers play a predominant role there at Vazir. This is another one of mine. I've got two of them, like different colors. This is the Meteor Shower. This one is in green. The other one I have is in kind of blue and gold. Of course, you have the All-Star here, the Lamy Safari, and then the subject pen. In terms of size, you can see it's a little bit shorter than the Lamy. It may be equivalent to the Twilight here, but maybe a little bit bigger. So there you have it. That's the size comparison with the pens capped. Okay, so here are the pens uncapped, and as you can see, the subject pen is about the same size as the Meteor Shower when it's uncapped and not posted. Checkers is smaller, and so is the Twilight. So it takes on a bigger size when you uncap that pen and do not post it. In terms of posting, it does post, but I'm just hesitant to ruin that beautiful engraving. So most of these pens sort of post, some of them better than others. Safari becomes ridiculously long. So do most others, but you could see they all kind of post if you have to, so to speak. But I think they're all very long, and you can see that subject pen, I would really not post that, because going in and out, I'm just afraid that you'll just scratch the pen for no reason, really. So there you have the pens posted. We'll do some measurements and then the writing sample. Okay, so we're back for the writing sample. The paper is Toma River, the original. The ink is going to be Stars in Autumn by Waringal. I've fallen in love with this ink. I like the blue, and the fact that I can see some silver there, I think is going to go very nicely with this pen. And in terms of the ink swatch, I have it right there. As you can see, Stars in Autumn, it gives you some red sheen, and it gives you some of that shimmer. So very, very nice ink. And for a shimmering ink, it behaves significantly well. So I'm not, I think we're okay. So that's the ink, that's the paper. So let's do some writing. Okay, so this is the Vazir Checkmate 2.0 in the aluminum finish. The nib is a steel number 6 Yowo nib, hand engraved. And it's broad. The ink is wearing gold. No, my hand's kind of frozen. Wearing gold. Stars in autumn, is it? Yeah. The paper is Tomo River original. In other words, it's not the Sensen. Now, the nib is very well tuned, It's a very nice Yowo broad nib, nothing unusual about it. So it is very wet, as you would expect from a broad nib. Here you go. It's very smooth. It's fairly stiff. And it's fairly constant or consistent. No hard starts. Here we go, fast writing, which is what you would expect from a Yowo broad nib, frankly. Reverse writing, a little scratchy. Find that with the, no, it's not working out. With some of these Yowo nibs, it's kind of hit and miss for reverse writing, but I'm not a fan of it in any event. So, likes and dislikes. I like the design. I like the engraving. I like the material, aluminum, and the build quality. A little rough for me. Rough polish, but again, I'm not an expert, so maybe that's just the nature of the beast. I would love to see this pen a little more polished, but as you can see, I think it's meant to be that matte aluminum finish, and then the feel is what you get with it. If you polish it up, I've got a feeling you'll probably ruin all that engraving. But again, I'm not an expert. That's essentially it. I don't see, in terms of value, last time I checked, this pen was going for, I believe it was $147 US. And that's what the regular, out of the picture here, out of frame. $140 US, and that's without the engraved nib. The engraved nib comes with a premium. I forget what they're sold separately on the site. I forget what they go for. Is this a go-to pen? Absolutely. Just because of that broad nib, I would say 10 on 10. Also very comfortable. I like the way it flares here. Very nice, very comfortable pen. Pen that you can do quite a bit of damage for a long time, as they say. I would add here weight. I like the weight and the thickness of the material. It just gives it just the right amount of, because aluminum can be very light, but the pen especially if you cap it or post it, it's got some weight there. And very nice, very nice. So there you have it. That's the review, folks. Very nice pen. Thank you very much to Vazir. My thanks go out to them. Keep up the good work, folks. Another Indian pen. So, we don't only buy Chinese and Italian pens on this channel. We've got Japanese pens. We've got Indian pens, Italian pens, Taiwanese. Got them all over the world, and German, of course. So there you have it. The Vazir Checkmate 2.0 in an aluminum finish. Hope you enjoyed that. Very nice pen. I think that, I was looking for another aluminum pen. I don't own too many. I mean, there's some pens, you got parts made out of aluminum. For example, the Twisby. You've got the Natami spaceship or spacecraft pen that's got some aluminum that's used. And of course, I've got my Gravitas that's aluminum. But you see, that one's polished and just too polished. So, maybe this is the secret. Maybe you keep it this way. That's the way it should be. It's handmade and not by a machine. Thank you very much, folks. Thank you for that. Stay tuned for my recaps. We've got lots and lots of new pens coming in and mechanical pencils as well. So please subscribe if you haven't. Ding, ding, dong. And please encourage the channel. And we will see you all soon. Bye now.